Let's get right into it. Number 10, the phantom vibration syndrome. You know that weird moment when you swear your phone just buzzed so you grab it, expecting a text, a notification, something, but nope, nothing. Just silence and shame. Congratulations, you've experienced the phantom vibration syndrome, one of modern life's most absurd ghost stories. Your brain, the world's most powerful prediction machine, has basically started hallucinating your phone's signals. Why? Because it's gotten too good at expecting them. Each buzz, ding, or screen glow releases a little puff of dopamine, the brain's favorite chemical bribe. Over time, your nervous system starts anticipating the reward before it even happens. So now, when your pants wrinkle weirdly or a breeze hits your leg, your brain's like, aha, a text from someone who loves me, spoiler, it's Lint. According to studies, up to 90% of heavy phone users report phantom vibrations. That's not just annoying, it's a sign your sensory system is being rewired by constant micro alerts. Your body's stress response doesn't know the difference between urgent message and false alarm, so it keeps you on a low simmer of anxiety all day long. Basically, your nervous system has a built-in haunted notification ghost, and it's here to stay. Punchline: you didn't imagine it. The ghost in your pocket just needs attention too. Number 9, blue light brain fog. Picture this. It's midnight. Your room is dark except for that warm, comforting glow of your screen melting your eyeballs. Feels productive? Right. Well, that glow mostly made up of blue light might as well be a laser beam aimed directly at your sleep schedule. Blue light suppresses melatonin, the hormone that tells your body, yo, time to shut down. Instead, your brain thinks it's high noon in the middle of a desert, and it keeps pumping out cortisol, the stress hormone. You end up lying in bed at 2 a.m., scrolling through pictures of people who are definitely more rested than you. But here's where it gets extra creepy. Chronic exposure to blue light doesn't just ruin your sleep, it starts to dull your brain's memory center. Animal studies have shown that too much blue light can damage neurons in the hippocampus, the part responsible for forming memories. So if you can't remember what you just read, it's not just you being tired. Your neurons might be waving tiny white flags. And the cherry on top, blue light also accelerates retinal aging. So you're not just losing sleep, you're giving your future self crow's feet made of pixels. Punchline: you wanted bright ideas, but you ended up with a fried hippocampus. Number 8, the scroll paralysis trap. You sit down for 5 minutes of TikTok, cut to 2 hours later, you're half slouched, dehydrated, and your thumbs developed sentience. That's scroll paralysis when your brain's reward system gets hijacked by infinite content loops that never quite satisfy you but never quite let you stop either. This happens because every new post or clip offers a tiny chance of reward. Maybe this one's hilarious, maybe this one's deep, maybe this one's a guy making soup in a forest. Your dopamine system loves uncertainty. It's the same mechanism that keeps gamblers glued to slot machines. And social media apps, they know that. That swipe for next mechanic is the lever on a slot machine. After enough of these micro rewards, your prefrontal cortex, the adult supervision part of your brain, starts checking out. You become a passenger in your own body, trapped in an endless buffet of digital junk food. And when you finally put your phone down, real life feels too slow, too quiet, too meh. Punchline: you thought you were scrolling through content, but turns out it was scrolling through you. Number 7, memory wipe mode. Ever try to recall a fact and realize you only remember the act of Googling it? Welcome to the Google effect. Yay, key, digital amnesia. The more we outsource memory to devices, the less we bother to store ourselves. Why remember your best friend's number when your phone never forgets? Neuroscientists found that when people expect information to be easily retrievable later, their brains stop forming strong memory connections. It's like your hippocampus heard there's a backup drive and decided to take early retirement. Over time, this can actually weaken your recall ability and make deep learning harder. And here's the kicker, your brain doesn't just forget facts, it forgets experiences. Photos and videos replace a lived memory. You remember holding your phone at the concert, not the song itself. The screen becomes the middleman between you and your own life. Punchline, you're not losing memories, you're outsourcing them to a glowing rectangle that might die at 5%. Number 6, emotional desensitization disorder. Once upon a time, bad news hit hard. Now you scroll past a video of a house fire, a cute dog, and a war clip all in 30 seconds. That's emotional desensitization, a slow, numbing process where your brain starts treating tragedy like background noise. See, your emotional brain, especially the amygdala, wasn't built for this kind of overstimulation. Every shocking, violent, or heartbreaking video triggers a mini adrenaline surge. But when that happens 50 times a day, your body just stops responding. It's self-defense. You get less emotional range, less empathy, and more apathy. Eventually, even real-life suffering feels like just another clip. Researchers call it compassion fatigue, and it's not just about the news. Constant exposure to exaggerated emotions, rage, joy, outrage, despair rewires your emotional regulation. Everything starts feeling both too much and not enough. That's why people can watch a disaster video and say, "Wow, that sucks," before immediately liking a dance meme. Punchline, congratulations. Your brain's become a news feed. Everything matters for 3 seconds, then never again. Number 5, the dopamine debt. Imagine if your brain had a credit card. Every time you refresh your notifications, you're taking out a dopamine loan, tiny bursts of pleasure borrowed from future motivation. The more you swipe, the more debt you rack up. And when the bill comes due, that's when boredom, irritability, and burnout hit. In the old days, dopamine came from slow rewards, hunting, cooking, finishing a task. Now, it's instant. You get micro hits from likes, comments, and clicks, but your brain's receptors can't keep up. They desensitize. Soon, regular life feels dull. That's not you losing interest, that's your brain in withdrawal from its own reward loop. Even worse, high dopamine activity suppresses serotonin, the chemical tied to mood stability and satisfaction. So the more you chase stimulation, the less happiness you feel from it. It's like emotional inflation. Everything costs more joy to feel the same. Punchline, your brain's basically a junkie that pays for every like with tomorrow's motivation. Number 4, the face-to-face fallout. You ever notice how making eye contact feels harder now? That's because too much screen time literally reshapes how your social circuits work. Humans evolved reading facial cues, micro expressions, tone shifts, the subtle stuff that screens flatten out. So when all your interactions come through pixels, your social instincts start rusting. Eye tracking studies show that frequent screen users spend less time looking at real faces, especially eyes. Combine that with online communication safety net, you can delete, edit, ghost, and real-world talk starts feeling risky. You hesitate more, stutter more, or mentally buffer mid-sentence like a bad Wi-Fi connection. This isn't just awkward, it's rewiring empathy. When you can't read others in real time, emotional reciprocity fades. That's why group conversations feel exhausting or why silence feels unbearable. Your brain's social muscles have atrophied under the weight of emojis and reaction GIFs. Punchline, you've got 500 friends online, but can't maintain eye contact with one of them in real life. Number 3, the reality blur. Ever catch yourself narrating your life like it's a vlog or thinking, this would make a good post? That's the reality blur, when digital life seeps so deep into your perception that you stop living for yourself and start living for the feed. It's a side effect of performative presence. You subconsciously edit your own experiences, curating reality-like content. You smile wider for photos, rephrase your thoughts for captions, even judge events by how shareable they are. Over time, this constant self-observation fractures authenticity. You become both the actor and the audience, never just there. Psychologists call it self-objectification. You view yourself from the outside, prioritizing appearance over experience. It's subtle but damaging. Studies show this correlates with anxiety, perfectionism, and identity diffusion. Basically, you're starring in your own reality show and the camera never turns off. Punchline, if life feels less real lately, it's because you've been watching it instead of living it. Number 2, attention span collapse. Once upon a time, you could sit through a movie without checking your phone. Now, you need subtitles, background noise, and 3 open tabs just to read a paragraph. Welcome to Attention Span Collapse, the digital plague eating your ability to focus. Your brain's attention system runs on balance a steady rhythm between focus and reward, but endless scrolling destroys that rhythm. Every new video, ad, or notification resets your dopamine cycle. Instead of deep engagement, you get microstimulation, a flicker of interest that burns out in seconds. Eventually, your brain stops expecting long-term rewards altogether. It just wants more now. Researchers have even measured this decline. Average human attention dropped from 12 seconds in 2000 to around 8 seconds today. That's less than a goldfish. And the kicker, the more you multitask across devices, the worse it gets. Switching tasks lights up your reward system like fireworks, giving you the illusion of productivity while quietly wrecking your cognitive endurance. This isn't just about being distracted, it's about being trained to need distraction. Try sitting in silence for 2 minutes. Your brain probably twitches like it's missing oxygen. That's dopamine withdrawal, not boredom. Punchline: your brain's not broken, it's just buffering every 5 seconds. Number 1, the identity echo chamber. Let's end on something truly eerie: how screen time can trap you inside a version of yourself that you didn't even choose. Every like, comment, and watch tells algorithms who you are or who they think you are. The more you engage, the more they feed you similar content. Over time, your online world narrows. You're surrounded by slightly exaggerated versions of your own beliefs, humor, aesthetics, and fears. It's a hall of mirrors, polished by data. Psychologically, this creates an identity feedback loop. You start performing the version of yourself that gets the most approval. It's not always conscious, you just learn what plays well, but it subtly reshapes your thoughts, language, even values. Soon, your digital persona isn't just a reflection, it's your default mode. And that's the creepiest part, when the line between you and the algorithm starts to blur. When you can't tell if your opinions are authentic or optimized for engagement, you stop evolving and start echoing. Punchline: you didn't lose your identity, it just got auto-tuned by the algorithm. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.